Hello everyone. Today's topic is FM demodulator using phase lock loop and PLL. Phase lock loop is a frequency multiplier. Before going to start today's class, we are already completed about PLL. PLL is nothing but phase lock loop is a closed loop feedbacking system. It contains mainly phase detector or comparator, low pass filter, voltage controlled oscillator. So the feedback is given from voltage controlled oscillator to phase detector or phase comparator. The main aim of voltage controlled oscillator is nothing but it matches the output frequency with input frequency or input voltage. So the output frequency vary unless it will be equals to input voltage. So this is about voltage controlled oscillator. Low pass filter is nothing but the low pass filter is used for removing of high frequency components, at the same time reducing the noise. Phase detector or phase comparator. Comparator means comparing the input voltage with VCO voltage. VCO is nothing but voltage controlled oscillator voltage. So the phase detector or phase comparator, it produces the difference voltage and it will be proportional to the output frequency of VCO. So the PLL is working on three conditions: free running mode, capture mode, and the last one is the locked mode or locked range. Locked range is also called track range. So PLL phase lock loop in free running mode, there are no input. So if at all we are applying a no input, that is called free running mode, no input. Second one, capturing mode, we are applying some input to phase detector, is called capturing mode. In locked mode, the input signal is equals to output frequency, then only it will be locked. Free running is equals to no input, capturing is nothing but applying some input, locked range is nothing but the input is equals to output value. So these are already completed in previous classes. Along with these topics, we are also covered with IC 565 and 566. 566 work is a voltage controlled oscillator with 8-pin diagram. The output of 8-pin VCO is nothing but the third pin is used for generating square wave, fourth pin is used for generating triangular wave, and the remaining pins are connected to ground, supply voltage, next external resistor and external capacitor. The PLL also depends on external resistor capacitor values. 565 is a 14-pin dual inline package. The IC main package is dual inline package. It also, the ICs along with dual inline package, it also available with next metal can package and flat package. But the frequently we are using, or the most popularly we are using, dual inline pin IC only. So the mounting will be very easy. No soldering will be used, no external soldering, and no external components will be required. Next, this is all about previous classes. Along with these classes, we are already completed with timers. IC 555 timer, first timer. Next, the timer applications, it will be used in monostable multivibrator, stable multivibrator. So stable multivibrator diagrams or pin diagram, block diagram, along with our input and output waveforms, applications where we can use stable multivibrators or monostable multivibrator, pin diagram, block diagram, applications, input and output waveforms, PLLs. So these are already completed in previous classes only. This is the last topic in our 5th unit of LIC. Timers and PLLs. Last topic in PLLs is nothing but demodulator, FM demodulator using PLL. So first, now we are going to just explaining PLL. Now I am going to explaining PLL as a frequency multiplier. How it can used as frequency multiplier. Our definition of frequency multiplier is what? First, the frequency multiplier is an electronic circuit that generates an output signal whose output signal is a harmonic or multiple of its input frequency. So frequency multiplier is nothing but it is an electronic circuit. The electronic circuit which generates output frequency, but generated output frequency is the multiple or harmonics of input frequency. This is called PLL, frequency multiplier. Frequency multiplier, multiplying number of inputs. The number of inputs multiplication is equals to output frequency. The number of inputs frequency is equal to output frequency. So it is an electronic circuit that generates output frequency. The generated output frequency is equals to multiple or harmonics of input frequency. Next, frequency multiplier consists of a non-linear circuit that distorts input signal and consequently generates harmonics of input signal. So harmonics is nothing but multiplies multiple number of signal. A subsequent band pass filter select the desired harmonic frequency and it removes the unwanted fundamental and other harmonic frequencies from the output. So it consists of non-linear. The non-linear is nothing but which does not follow input. The output which does not follow input is called non-linear circuits. Linear circuits is nothing but output follows the input signal. So it distorts the input signal consequently and generates the harmonics of input signal. Harmonics is nothing but multiple of input signals will be generated and distorts the input signal. A subsequent band pass filter. The band pass filter is nothing but it removes unwanted signal. So here we are using a band pass filter. The main aim of band pass filter is nothing but it select the desired harmonic frequency and removes the unwanted frequency which can generated in the signal. That it can be used as a desired generates or it can select the desired harmonic frequency and it removes the unwanted frequency or unwanted fundamental frequency and other harmonics from the input, other harmonics from the output signal. So here we are using a band pass filter. The band pass filter main aim is nothing but it select the desired harmonic frequency and removing unwanted frequencies, unwanted fundamental frequencies from the output signal. This is the block diagram of PLL as a frequency multiplier. Here we are using mainly 5 components. First one is the phased comparator or phase detector. Second one is the low pass filter. Third one is the amplifier. And fourth one is the voltage controlled oscillator. And fifth one is the network frequency divider. N network frequency divider. Here it is multiplier. So the multiplier will be, we can use the block as a network divider. Frequency network divider is used in frequency multiplier block diagram. Except network frequency divider, the remaining 4 phase detector, low pass filter, amplifier and voltage controlled oscillator are used in PLL block diagram. Here the only extra block is network or frequency division. Network frequency divider, in network frequency divider. So first the input is applied to phase comparator. Phase comparator is also known as phase detector. Then afterwards we given to input to low pass filter. Low pass filter main aim is nothing but the low frequencies will be allowed and high frequencies will be removed. Next, amplifier. Amplifier is nothing but it increasing the signal strength. So it will be given to VCO. VCO stands for voltage controlled oscillator. The VCO output given to network frequency divider, N network frequency divider. So the frequency will be divided, the output frequency F0 and it will be divided by N network frequency divider here, F0 by N. Next it will be applied to again phase comparator. Comparator, low pass filter, amplifier, VCO, network divider. So first PLL as a frequency multiplier. The above figure it shows the block diagram of frequency multiplier. So frequency multiplier block diagram mainly consists comparator, low pass filter. Main object is network frequency divider. Here the divide by N network is placed between the VCO output and phase comparator input. This is the network divider will be connected across the network divider is placed between the output of phase comparator placed between the VCO output and it will be given to phase comparator input. So N network is placed between the VCO output. VCO output is nothing but the VCO output is F0 and it will be given as a phase comparator input. So the output of VCO is applied to N network and N network output is applied to phase comparator. So the phase comparator have two inputs. One is the signal input and second one is the output of VCO by network divider, that is nothing but F0 by N. F0 is the output frequency of voltage controlled oscillator. N is a network divider. So in the locked state, so PLL is working on three conditions. One is a locked state, one is a captured state and another one is the free running state. Free running state is no input, capture state is nothing but applying some input and it will be monitored with VCO. Here in locked state, the locked state VCO output and phase comparator input. So the locked state VCO output is equals to phase comparator input. In locked state, the VCO output frequency is given as F0 is equals to N into Fs. F0 is the output of VCO. Output frequency F0, F is nothing but frequency, 0 indicating output frequency is equals to, in locked state is nothing but output is equals to input. So locked state voltage controlled oscillator frequency, that is nothing but output frequency F0 is equals to N. N is nothing but number of inputs or multiples or harmonics into Fs. Fs is nothing but signal frequency. So F0 is equals to N into Fs. The multiplication factor can be obtained by selecting of proper scaling factor and proper scaling factor N of the counter. So the multiplication factor here we are using N. So we are using for example 6 into Fs. Number of inputs are 6 into Fs, source frequency, or we are using 3 into Fs. 3 is the number of inputs and Fs is the signal frequency, F0 is the output frequency. So the multiplication factor can be obtained by selecting the proper scaling factor of N counter. So multiplication is nothing but depends on the N value. If we want to obtain output frequency, F0 is equals to 6 into Fs. So here we are using a divide by 6 network is used. If we are using a 3 network, if we want to obtain output frequency F0 is equals to 3 into Fs. So then we used as a 3 networks. A divide by 3 networks are used. Divide by N network is nothing but it depends on the N value, proper scaling factor N value. The frequency multiplication can be obtained by using of PLL in a harmonic locking mode. So frequency multiplication can be obtained. The frequency multiplication output can be obtained in a locking range only. Harmonic is nothing but multiple locking range. If the input signal reach the harmonics, example square wave, pulse train, then the VCO can be directly locked by the nth harmonic of input signal without connecting any frequency divider in between. So without connecting N divider is nothing but network divider, N network divider. So the case only arises when it is possible only input signal reaches the harmonics. It reaches the square wave, pulse train, then VCO can be directly connected with phase comparator or directly locked with harmonic of input signal. So only it reaches the harmonic, square wave, triangular wave, pulse train. This is the condition only. It reaches the harmonics, multiple of square wave, pulse train wave can be directly locked with input signal without using divider network and without connecting any frequency divider network. Typically, high values of N, the amplitude of higher order harmonics becomes less effective of locking may not takes place. Hence, N is kept less than 10. So the value of N is high or above the high. The value of N is 10 or above the 10. The amplitude of higher order harmonics becomes less effective. So the harmonics will be less effective means it doesn't working properly. The harmonics becomes less effective and locking may not takes place. So the locking will be impossible. If at all it working in locking mode only, we can calculate the frequency multiplier value exactly. F0 is equals to N into Fs. So that's why we can take the N value less than 10. Greater than 10 or equals to 10. Mostly greater than 10 values, the locking is impossible. So we cannot get the F0 is equals to N into Fs. The above circuit is used for frequency division also. Since the VCO output it reaches in harmonics, it is possible to log the mth harmonic of VCO output with the input signal Fs. So it will be used in frequency division also. So in why we can use frequency division also means the VCO output it reaches in harmonics, it is possible to log mth harmonics of VCO output with input signal. So mth harmonic normal n into Fs. Here the mth value is nothing but F0 is equals to Fs by m. So the mth harmonic VCO output F0 is equals to Fs by m, or normal length F0 is equals to n into Fs. The frequency multiplier uses, where we can use frequency multiplier. Frequency multiplier is nothing but the output frequency is equals to harmonics of input frequency. So frequency multiplier uses, frequency multipliers are used in frequency synthesizers, communication circuits. It can be more economical to develop lower frequency signal with low power and less expensive devices, and it uses in a frequency multiplier chain, generate frequencies in the microwave or millimeter wave range. So modulation schemes such as frequency modulation, some modulation schemes in frequency modulation, that is nothing but FM. So it is used in frequency synthesizers, communication circuits. Next it develop lower frequency, low powers, less expensive devices, and frequency multiplier chains. Next frequency modulation. Frequency multiplication also used in non-linear optics. The non-linear distortion in crystals can be used to generate harmonics of laser light. Non-linear distortions will be generated by laser lights. It is a FM demodulator using PLL, frequency demodulator. So here same phase detector, low pass filter, amplifier, voltage controlled oscillator. The amplifier output is the demodulated output. The demodulated output will be given to controlled oscillator. Voltage controlled oscillator is connected to phase detector. So the phase detector or phase comparator, it consists of the two inputs, and second one is the VCO output. The VCO output will be given to phase detector only. Next, low pass filter. The low pass filter it uses removing the high frequency components. And the last one is the amplifier. The amplifier output connected to voltage controlled oscillator as the input. This is the FM demodulator using PLL. So FM demodulator using PLL circuit description is, the working of PLL demodulator is that the input of FM signal and the output of VCO is applied to phase detector circuit. Here the input and next output of phase detector. This is the output of phase detector. Output of phase detector and input value given to phase comparator. Next, the output of phase detector is filtered using low pass filter. So the output of phase detector is given to low pass filter, and low pass filter is filtered and amplified, and it will be using the controlling the input voltages. The working of FM demodulator using PLL. FM demodulator using PLL works as a, if it will be is in locked range, the PLL is locked range FM signal, the VCO tracks the instantaneous frequency of the input signal. So whenever it will be locking range, the output will be tracks the input signal. So that's why it is called track mode or locking mode. The input of phase detector FM signal is Fs, and the output of VCO is F0. The phase detector output is F minus F0, Fs minus F0. The filtered error voltage which controls the VCO, and it maintains the lock in the input signal and demodulated output signal. So first of all, the input of phase detector is FM signal. Here the input is Fs. Input is Fs. Input signal is Fs. Next one is the voltage controlled oscillator output is the F0. So the phase detector output is the phase detector. It compares the input voltage of signal and also the VCO output. That is nothing but it compares the input FM signal and the output of VCO, and the difference voltage is proportional value. It produces a proportional, or it produces the DC voltage proportional to output value. That is nothing but Fs minus F0. The filtered error voltage which controls the voltage controlled oscillator, and it maintains the lock with the input signal is demodulated at the FM output. Amplifier output is the FM demodulated output. Amplifier output The VCO is in free running frequency is adjusted at the center frequency of the input frequency range. So when PLL is locked, VCO free running frequency is already we discussed in last classes. Center frequency, then afterwards capture range, and the last one is the lock range. Capture range is the narrower bandwidth, lock range is the broad bandwidth. F0 free running frequency will be middle or center. In this VCO free running frequency is adjusted at the center of the input signal frequency. Then after it will be covered with capture range, and then finally it will be covered with lock range. So when PLL is locked, on input frequency, the error voltage VC is proportional to Fs minus F0. So in locked range condition, input frequency and error voltage is proportional. Input frequency is nothing but Fs, and voltage is nothing but output voltage is F0. So Fs minus F0 value is VC, it will be proportional. The voltage VC is at the output of amplifier. Next, if the input frequency varied in the case FM signal, VC will also vary in order to maintain the lock. If at all any changes in the input signal, so it can maintain constantly. So it VC also vary within lock range. The voltage at the output of the filter services as a frequency discriminator, which converts the input frequency changes to voltage changes. Frequency discriminator is nothing but it changes. Frequency changes will be changed as a voltage changes. Frequency changes to voltage changes. The filtered error voltage is the demodulated FM output. So this is the operation of FM demodulation using PLL circuit. First, the FM signal is applied to PLL. PLL is nothing phase local loop, phase detector or comparator. So as the PLL is local range, the FM signal and the VCO tracking instantaneously frequency of input signal. So Vin is the input voltage, Fn is the frequency. Next, Vout is the output of voltage controlled oscillator. Next, Vout is the output of voltage controlled oscillator in terms of voltage. Fout is the frequency of voltage controlled oscillator. The phase detector output is the error voltage, Fs plus Fout and Fs minus Fout. The low pass filter, it removes the Fs plus Fout. So it removes the high frequency components and it passes the only low frequency components here. The low pass filter is, it removes the Fs plus F0 error value. Why? Because it is a high frequency component and it allows the Fs minus F0. So Fs minus F0 or Fs minus Fout will be amplified by using of DC amplifier, and the Fout value and V0 will be again applied to voltage controlled oscillator. This is the output. So the PLL is in a lock range FM signal. VCO starts tracking instantaneous frequency of input signal. The error voltage is produced. The output of the error amplifier is directly proportional to frequency deviation here. The error voltage is directly proportional to frequency deviation. Frequency deviation is nothing but changes in frequency. That is nothing but Fs minus F0. The AC component of error voltage, it represents the modulating signal. Next, the demodulation of FM output is obtained output of the error amplifier. This is the demodulated output. Fout is the demodulated output. Next, again it will be connected to remaining voltage controlled oscillator, phase detector. The AC component is applied. The AC component of error voltage, it represents the modulating signal. So this is about FM demodulation. Frequency demodulation. In demodulation, first phase detector, voltage controlled oscillator, it will be checks the input signal. If at all error voltage is present, the error voltage controls the VC1. It will be maintain the lock range with demodulated. In free running, just we are VCO is nothing but free running frequency is adjusted at the center frequency of input frequency range, and the locked range, the error voltage is proportional to control voltage VC of t. The VC of t is nothing but output of amplifier. Next, the input is varied in the case of FM signal. VC also varied within a lock range. The filter services as a frequency discriminator. It converts the input frequency changes to voltage changes. This is all about multiplier and demodulation. Next, some multiple choice questions. The multiple choice questions are related to our 5th unit PLL and timers. 5th unit completely it consists of half of the topic is related to phase lock loop and the remaining half subject is related to, or remaining half unit is related to timers. So some multiple choice questions is there. Just we can discuss how to obtain a desired amount of multiplication in a frequency multiplier. How we can get desired amount of multiplication? By decreasing the multiplication factor, increasing the input frequency, selecting proper divide by n network. None of the mention. Just now only we are discussed that the proper selection of the multiplication factor can be obtained by the multiplication. Here just you can observe the multiplication factor can be obtained by selecting the proper scaling factor of n counter. This is the answer. The multiplication will be depends on the proper scaling of n counter. So first question is nothing but how to obtain the desired amount of multiplication is nothing but by selecting proper divide by n network. First explaining the desired amount of multiplication can be obtained proper selecting of divide by n network. For example, the output frequency f out is equals to 5 into fn. In our frequency multiplier, f naught is equals to n into fs. Here the n value is equals to 5. The output frequency f naught is equals to 5 into fn. So a divide by n is equals to 5 network is needed. So proper selection of selecting proper divide by n, not only n, divide by n network is the most important in frequency multiplication or frequency multiplier. So frequency multiplier diagram, the main important is nothing but selecting the divide by n network. By selecting the proper divide by n network only we can get the amount of multiplication, desired amount of multiplication in frequency multiplier. That is nothing but f naught will be matched with n into fs. Second question. For what kind of input signal the frequency divider can be avoided? Frequency multiplier. For what kind of input signal the frequency divider can be avoided? Frequency multiplier. So here we are discriminating about input signal, or we are discussing with input signal: triangular wave, square wave, sawtooth wave and sine wave. So VCO can be directly locked with nth harmonic of input signal without connecting any frequency divider between input signal. It reaches the square wave, it reaches the harmonics in square wave. Only what kind of input signal? Just square wave input signal only. Square wave, not triangular wave. Answer is the B. Square wave input signal, it can be locked with nth harmonic of input signal without connecting any frequency divider network. Next, what is the typical value for a n in a frequency multiplication or division? Just now we are discussed greater than 10 is the problem. So the typical value we can choose from less than 10. What is the typical value for n frequency multiplication? So the as the amplitude is higher order harmonics, it becomes less effective locking may not takes place. High values. So the typical values of n is less than 10 for frequency multiplication, also frequency division. The typical value is less than 10. So just this is also we discussed now only. Frequency divider is nothing but square waveform. So the typically high value and typically high values of n, the amplitude of higher harmonics become less than 10. So the effective locking may not possible greater than 10. Hence n will be less than 10 only. The typical value of amplitude higher order harmonics becomes less and effective locking may not takes place. Hence n value will be less than 10. Next, another, if the input signal reaches the harmonics of square wave, pulse train wave, the VCO can be directly with nth harmonic of input signal without connecting any frequency divider. So it will be is a square wave. The input signal reaches the harmonics of square wave or pulse train. So the input signal doesn't require any frequency divider. These are the questions related. So what kind of input? Next one is the what is the typical value of harmonics, nth harmonics. Next, fourth one, calculate the output frequency in a frequency multiplier. Fn is equals to 200 edges is applied a 7 divided by n network. to a 7 divided by n network. So here we are given Fn is equals to 200 edges and n value is a 7 value. So first VCO is actually in running at a multiple of input frequency, that is nothing but Fout is equals to divide by n network into Fn, that is nothing but Fn and Fout is equals to n into Fs. N into Fs is nothing but here n is a divide by n network into Fs is a signal frequency, or Fn, Fs or Fn are both are same. Fs signal frequency or Fn is the input frequency. So we can get the out naught value or output frequency value just by multiplying the n value with input signal value. So here we can multiply the n value with input signal value. Fn is equals to 7 into 200 hertz, that is nothing but 1400 hertz. The frequency terms are in only hertz. This is not Fn. Fout is equals to n into Fs. N value will be 7 and Fs value is 200. The total value is 1400 hertz. So Fout is equals to 1.4 kilohertz. Here the C answer is 1.4 kilohertz. Next question. The free running frequency of a stable multi-vibrator. Free running frequency. It will be related to timers. This question is related to timers. The 555 IC is used as a stable multi-vibrator. So by the related to a stable multi-vibrator is nothing but it will be related to the topics of timers. So free running frequency is equals to, we are already completed this topic in previous classes only. F is equals to 1.45 into RA plus 2RB into C. F is equals to 1.45 into RA plus 2RB into, that is 2C, not C, 2C. Next, C is F is equals to 1.45 C by RA plus 2RB. D is 1.45 RA plus RA by RA plus RB. B is nothing but 1.48 RA plus 2RB into 2C. Here some printing mistake is there, 2C, not C. So that's why answer is A. The free running frequency of a stable multi-vibrator T is equals to, total time period T is equals to 0.69 into RA plus 2RB into C. So T is equals to 0.69 into RA plus 2RB into C. T and F are inversely proportional. So that's why F is equals to 1 by T. 1 by 0.69 RA plus 2RB by C is nothing but 1 by 0.69 value is nothing but it will be approximately equals to 1.45. 1 by T value is nothing but 1 by T indicates F value. F is equals to 0.69. Sorry, T is equals to 0.69 into RA plus 2RB into C. F is equals to 1 by T into 1 by T is equals to 1.45 by RA plus 2RB into C. Next, sixth question. Determine the time period of monostable 555 multi-vibrator. Time period, total time period T is equals to, A is 0.33 RC, B is T is equals to 1.1 RC, C is equals to T is equals to 3 into RC, D is equals to T into RC. The answer is B. That is nothing but monostable multi-vibrator time period, total time period T is equals to 1.1 into RC. The time period of monostable multi-vibrator T is equals to RC. R is nothing but external resistor and C is the external capacitor. RC into log of 1 by 3. That is nothing but log of 1 by 3 is equals to 1.1 into RC, resistor capacitor value. The time period value, this is the formula of monostable multi-vibrator time period T is equals to 1.1 into RC. Same like a stable multi-vibrator is equal to, a stable multi-vibrator time period T is equals to 0.69 into RA plus 2RB into C. That is nothing but F is equals to 1 by T. Normal T is equals to 0.69 into RA plus 2RB into C in a stable multivibrator. Here T is equals to monostable multivibrator 1.1 into RC. Next question. A 555 timer is a monostable application mode. It can be used as 555 timer in monostable application. Our monostable multivibrator using 555 is nothing but it can be work as a pulse position modulation or frequency shift keying. C is the speed control and measurement and D is the digital phase detector. So the 555 timer, by using of 555 IC we can construct the monostable multivibrator. By using of 555 monostable multivibrator multivibrator, it can be used as a speed control measurement. So in monostable, the answer is a C. In monostable multivibrator or in monostable operation mode, if input trigger pulses are generated from a rotating wheel, the circuit will determine the wheel speed. Whenever it drops below predetermined level, that is nothing but below 1/3, then can be used for speed control measurement. So monostable main application is nothing but it will be used in speed control measurement. Next one is the next question. Find the monostable multivibrator circuit using 555 timer. Here different circuits are there. Find which is the correct monostable multivibrator. Which one is A? So how we can choose A? Answer is nothing but monostable multivibrator. When 555 configured in a monostable operation, the trigger input is applied through pin 2. The trigger input is applied to pin through, and whereas upper comparator, that is nothing but threshold, is pin 6 and discharge pin is pin 7, are shorted and connected at the output. So threshold is nothing but pin 6 and discharge is nothing but pin 7, and it will be shorted connected at the output terminal. So here we are using triggered input. Next 6th is the threshold input. 7th one is the discharge input, and it will be shorted and it will be connected to output terminal A. Next, monostable multivibrator has R is equals to 120 kilo ohms, or the resistance value is 120 kilo ohms, and the time delay T is equals to 1000 milliseconds. Calculate the value of C. Just now we are discussed the total time period of monostable multivibrator, that is nothing but T is equals to, the formula of monostable multivibrator is T is equals to 1.1 into RC. Here we have discussed T is equals to 1.1 into RC. Monostable multivibrator time period T is equals to 1.1 into RC. The same formula here we are applied. A monostable multivibrator resistor value given to 120 kilo ohms and time delay also given T is equals to 1000 milliseconds. Calculate the C. A value is 0.9 microfarads, B is equals to 1.32 microfarads, C is equals to 7.5 microfarad, and D is equals to 2.49 microfarads. The answer is a C. How we can choose answer C is a C as the time delay of monostable multivibrator T is equals to 1.1 into RC. So here C is equals to T by C is equals to 1.1 into R, or C is equals to T by 1.1 R. T is nothing but total time period. C is equals to T by, here T is the numerator and 1.1 RC is in terms of numerator, it goes and changes to denominator. C is equals to T by 1.1 into R. T is nothing but 1000 milliseconds by 1.1 into R value is nothing but 120 kilo ohms. So it can be a value, the C value is 7.57 microfarads. This is the C value. First it will be changed, 1000 milliseconds will be changed into seconds, and 120 kilo ohms is nothing but 120 into 10 power 3. 1.1 by 120 into 10 power 3, 1.1 into 120 into 10 power 3. 1000 milliseconds is nothing but, so it can changes into seconds, and calculate the capacitor value. Next, free running multivibrator is also called as, the free running multivibrator is also called a stable multivibrator, voltage controlled oscillator, square wave oscillator, and pulse stretcher. D is the answer is voltage controlled oscillator. So how we can tell free running multivibrator is a voltage controlled oscillator means, the free running multivibrator, it operates a frequency which is determined by external tuning capacitor and resistor, that is nothing but RT and CT, external resistor and external capacitor. On applying DC control voltage to the frequency, it can be shifted on either sides. So when we are applying DC control voltage, the frequency can be shifted on either sides. The frequency deviation is directly proportional to DC control voltage, hence it is called voltage controlled oscillator. The free running frequency is nothing but voltage controlled oscillator. So whenever we are it will be depends on the external resistor, capacitor, and also applying DC control voltage, the frequency will be shifted in both sides only, either sides. The frequency shifting frequency will be directly proportional to control voltage. That is nothing but voltage controlled oscillator. Free running oscillator is at which state the phase lock loop tracks any changes in the input frequency. So phase lock loop, it works on the 3 stages: free running stage, lock range, capture range. The question is, at which state the phase lock loop tracks any changes in input frequency. So first one is the A is free running state, B is the capture state, C is the phase locked state, D is the all of the above mentioned. So answer is phase lock loop. Phase lock loop tracking range also called lock range. So phase lock loop tracks any changes in input frequency is possible only locked state. Free running frequency state, no input is there. Capture state, the VCO, it observes the input frequency. The only condition possible in phase lock loop state only. The phase lock loop only tracks the input frequency. That's why answer is the C. In phase lock loop, the output frequency exactly same as input signal frequency. So that's the circuit tracks any changes in input frequency through its repetitive action. So that's why we can choose the answer as phase lock loop. The output phase lock loop only output frequency is exactly same as input frequency, and the circuit tracks any changes in input frequency through its repetitive action. Circuit are observed. So this is about the multiple choice questions related to timers. Some multiple choice questions related to timers and PLLs. So today's topics are multiplier, demodulator, frequency multiplier electronic circuit. Output frequency is the multiple of input frequencies. This is the block diagram. In block diagram, the main part is n divide by frequency, n divide frequency network or network frequency divider. Network frequency, by selecting proper n network frequency divider only we can obtain the perfect output of frequency multiplication. That is nothing but F naught is equals to n into Fs. The n value will be choosing properly, and the scaling factor n will be the major important. The n is nothing but network divider. By selecting the proper network, nth network divider only we can get proper output frequency multiplication. Demodulation is nothing but first detector output to low pass filter, amplifier, and our amplifier output is voltage controlled oscillator. It will be again phase detector, low pass filter removing higher voltages, amplifier will be amplifying. The amplified voltage is directly proportional to input voltage. That is nothing but it will be possible in locked range. The amplifier output is Vc of t. So this is the phase demodulation, the operation of FM demodulation using PLL. Next, these are the some questions related to PLLs and timers. So these are all about 5th unit, the timers and PLLs. The main topics we are covered in this unit is 555 timer. Next, 555 timer, block diagram, pin diagram. Next, it also a stable multivibrator, monostable multivibrator. 555 timer introduction, block diagram, pin diagram. Next, a stable multivibrator, monostable multivibrator, phase lock loop definition, block diagram, applications. Next, IC 566 means it works as a voltage controlled oscillator, frequency multiplier, and demodulator. So along with this, we are also covered with some definitions like capture range, locked range, formulas for implementation of PLLs. The formula F naught is equals to 1.2 by 4 RTCT external resistor, external capacitor. Next, lock range definition, capture range definition, PLL applications, frequency multiplier, and FM demodulation. These are all the topics in 5th unit. So, along with we can discuss some multiple choice questions. The multiple choice questions are related to both timers and PLLs. So it will be covered with monostable, stable, the multiple choice questions are covered with multivibrators, PLLs, VCO. Next, frequency multiplier division. This is complete 5th unit. Thank you all.